green travel uniforms. We're sitting up high over the scorer's bench here. Craig is sitting to our right. Haines is sitting to the left. Ball steps in. Ball is up. And we'll see who controls the tap. It's up, tap. And looks like the Panthers are going to come away with it as Scan Allen, she doesn't waste any time. She fires up the three, bounces around, and rebound comes down to Haddock for the Glacier Bears. And she'll dribble out of it over to Boron. Boron hustles back down across the half-court line. Gets it across, drives inside, forces up the shot. Where's the foul going to come from? We know we're going to get two shots. As Haley took that left-handed dribble, the foul's going to be on number 11, Savannah Bird. So that'll be her first foul. And Boron at the free throw line for the Glacier Bears. Taking her time. This one's on its way. Good. So Haley Boron picks up the first point of the basketball game for the Glacier Bears. And she'll get a second. They're going to push it. I talked to Coach Brittenham a little bit. He said, we're going to push it against them, see if we can get some fouls, get some people into foul trouble. Second one's on its way. A little bit short. Rebound down to Hansen for the Panthers, and she'll get it off to Scan Allen, who handles the ball a lot for the Craig Panthers. So they set their offense now. Glacier Bears look like they're going to be a 2-3 zone defense to start with. Oh, all alone with Scan Allen. She looked up the hoop, changed her mind. Now she'll fire it up a little bit short. Rebound fought for. Wing comes with it. Left-handed dribble. She's going all the way to the hoop and puts it up and in. Rain Wing goes right at the basket, and she gets the easy little left-handed lay-in out of it. She likes that left-hand side, so I'm not surprised. Over to Yates. They go to Hansen. Stops, puts up the shot, and she is called for the travel, but the basket does not count as she shuffled her feet. Full court pressure, 2-2-1 pressure by the Panthers. Williamson, she inbounds, ball's on the floor, and still nobody has control of it. It's still bouncing around like. Finally, Wing has it, but Hansen steals it right out, puts up the shot too strong. Rebound, Bird up and in, and the basket is going to count. That basket's going to count. So coming away with it, Savannah Bird. She gets two and the basket. Wayne Wing is going to pick up the foul. This one's on its way, bounces around, drops in. So she gets one from the free throw line. And that's 3 points. 3-3 is the score. Glacier Bears tie ball game. They try to inbound, almost knocked away by Hansen. We're on the floor, rolling around. Stump is there. All kinds of action. It is going to be a jump ball. It's going to be Glacier Bear basketball. A little intensity. It looks like Anderson is going to come off the bench here. And, yep, they're going to let her into the ball game. And Williamson's going to come out limping just a bit here as we had gals all over the floor. And she says, I'm ready to go, though. She was shaking her head. I'm okay, I'm okay. All right, over to Wing. Boron, three-pointer on the way, a little bit strong. Rebound, down on the floor. Still goes out of bounds. The ball goes off of one of the Panthers. It's going to be Glacier Bear basketball. Haddock will inbound on the right-hand side. 6:33 to go here in the first quarter. Got the Boron, stops, puts up the shot, a little short. Bouncing around, finally Yates corrals it for the Panthers. She's on the dribble, crosses over, still on the dribble. Nothing happening, they finally get her stopped, and they come back out to the top. Goes all the way around to Stump, puts up the shot a little bit short. Ball's gonna go out of bounds. And looks like we're gonna stay on this end of the court. So we are. Looking, finally gets the ball back in, over to Yates. Yates, she'll bring the ball back. Oop, she wanted the shot, but she had her feet backwards, not able to shuffle her feet around. Goes over to Stump, she holds the ball high overhead and her to Yates. Yates puts up the shot, but it doesn't go. Rebound comes back down in the hands of Bird. She puts it up, still doesn't go. Offensive board. Finally, Rain Wing comes down with it. She spins around, now she's on the floor, but she's gonna be called for the travel. She had possession of it. Now looks like Davis is going to come into the ball game real quick, and Wing's coming out of the ball game. All right, Ariana Davis. Scan Allen over to Yates. Looking back to Scan Allen. Long three, a little bit short. Rebound down to Bird. She puts it up, but is going to get the foul. However, she got the offensive board, and I think it's going to be Davis coming over the back. Fouls on 33. That'll be Anderson coming over the back. At the free throw line. Bird a little bit short. She misses that one. And looks like 22. That'll be Sheely Johnson coming in. Johnson comes into the game for the Panthers. Second shot's on its way. Poof, it's only net on that one. I mean, that drops straight through, and she's got 4. Panthers lead now. Long down court pass goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Panther basketball. Glacier Bears turn it over on that pressure. Looks like Yates inbound for the Panthers. Comes back inside, back to Yates again. She can't find anybody to give it to now. She still holds it now. She'll take the dribble, penetrates inside from about 6, a little bit too long. Bird comes away with the rebound. Shue turns around, puts it up. Anderson comes away with it for the Glacier Bears. She's on the dribble on the left-hand side. Stump gets in front of her though. She spins back. Finally gives up her dribble, goes across. Ripped out of her hands by Anderson. Hansen goes down, kicks it back to Yates. Yates takes the left-handed dribble. Oh, all alone. It was Bird. They didn't see her in time. And now they want a timeout real quick as Coach T.J. Hansen jumped up and he said, girls, we're all out of sync here. We need to get into our offense. Every play so far coming down the court's gone to that right-hand side where Yates is at. And on the left-hand side, on the weak side, wide open, 2 or 3 times, Bird's jumping up and down. So let's see if they can take advantage of that. I'm sure that Coach Brittenham's going to talk about that too and say, look, you can't be just cheating that direction. Somebody's got to stay back. So 5 minutes, 9 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. Craig 4, Haines 3. And a lot of intensity, a little more intensity in this one than we had last time that the Glacier Bears came out on the court. Well, even the Craig Panthers really set back last night too. They didn't really get into their game until partway through. So see if they can make some adjustments here and come back out and get really into the basketball mode of things. Glacier Bears out first, Panthers out. And it's going to be a ball underneath the far side of the court there. Glacier Bears on the defense. Yates will have the basketball. Get it back in, tied to Bird. Bird will take the dribble now. They go right-hand side to Yates. She looks inside for Hansen. Davis puts some pressure. They come back out to Bird. Reverse it back around. Nothing going as they went to Johnson. Breaking down the lane was Stump, and she's going to be fouled as she filled that lane and got a nice little alley-oop pass inside. The foul's on number 11, Davis. That'll be her first, 3rd team foul on the Glacier Bears. Kennedy Stump at the free throw line for the Panthers, and it's good. So they are 3 for 4 from the free throw line so far this afternoon. And she'll have a second here. 5-2 is the score. This one's on its way, and it is also good. So she picks up her first 2 points of the ball game. Back out. And looking as Haddock goes to Davis. Davis spins around, long cross-court pass. There's Yates, it's knocked away, and coming up with the wall was Bird. Bird comes all the way down, and Johnson not able to handle it, however, as the pass really was pretty strong. But boy, it's a good thing because the Glacier Bears would have given up an easy bucket. 2-2-1 zone press, long down court pass through the hands and ended up into Anderson's hands. Up, a little too strong for the shot. Rebound comes back down to Stump. Stump hustles down. Davis comes down and stops her from penetrating down inside, and she gives it up, comes back out to Yates. Yates spins back around, goes to Hansen. Wanted the 3, changed her mind. Shots on its way, looks a little too strong by Bird. Rebound comes back down to the Glacier Bears. Far side is Haddock. She got that one, and she'll dribble down over to Boron. 2-pointer on the way, good. Haley Boron got nice squared up and got that one to drop, and she's got 3 points. Glacier Bears only down by 1, 6-5. 4 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the first quarter. All alone, nobody picking her up was Johnson. She missed the shot, however. Now they come back down. Haddock has it. She gets it off Yates. We're on the floor. Going to be a tie-up here. Sarah Yates is really pretty quick with her hands, and she gets right in there. She's not afraid to mix it up with anybody. Looks like Williamson comes back into the ball game. Also, Jasmine Bird's coming into the ball game, along with Scan Allen back into the game for the Panthers. So quite a few changes here for both teams. Comes back out, gets it inside to Jasmine Bird. Over to Yates. She looks inside. Stump all alone. Now she gets the pass up and in. Oh, that was nicely recognized that time. Stump, that's 4 points for her. Yates recognized it. They go to Haddock on the long half-court pass. She gives it across and throws it over the head of Boron and out of bounds. Glacier Bears can't afford those turnovers here. 8-5 is the score. That's one thing they've worked hard on trying to get away from, and it's been better the last few games for the Glacier Bears, and they're doing a nice job here tonight. They'll only turn it over a couple of times. Balbo's into Scan Allen, into Hansen, up and in. Hansen got good inside position, used the left hand and put it off the glass and in. Boron gives up her dribble, kicks the ball back to Davis. All the way down to Haddock, and she's going to lose it out of bounds. I probably shouldn't have talked about turnovers because that's 2 in a row.
Craig has a good press here, and I'm afraid that the Bears
are struggling with it. Well, they've beat it a couple of times by being patient, let things develop, but this last 2 times down the court, they put the pressure on right away. Like I said, Yates is really quick. Scan Allen is pretty quick also, and so they create havoc right off the bat. And then the Glacier Bears, you need to be a little more patient with their passing and find the open man to get across. They're down by 5, 3 minutes, 7 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 10-5.
Yeah, those of you that hear those drums, it's a new addition for me. I haven't been here in a couple of years, and it's hard to hear Lyle sometimes.
Oh, it's very, and Craig has been known for that, though. You should go to their place and play in their small gym. All right, Yates gets the ball back inside. She'll go to Scan Allen, and she'll bring it across. Glacier Bears in a man-to-man defense. Scan Allen with the dribble, goes right-hand side to Yates. Looking inside for some movement. Stump comes across, can't get her the ball, however. Now they found Hansen. Hansen takes the left-handed dribble down the lane, stops, spins, puts up the shot. Going to be short, however. Rebound comes back down the hands of Haddock, and then she takes an extra step as she saw breaking down that left-hand side was Williamson all alone, but took the extra step and, of course, turned the basketball back over to the Panthers. Back out to Scan Allen, 2:45 to go here in the first quarter of play. Scan Allen, alley-oop inside to Hansen, bounced around and goes off of her and out of bounds. So the Panthers going to turn the basketball over now. Back to that 2-2-1 press again, creating a bit of havoc for the Glacier Bears. Back outside, reverse the ball to Wheeler. Long down-court pass. Let's see who can get there first. It looks like they hustling down there nicely. It was Bird, but not able to control it, and it goes out of bounds off of her. So it's going to be Glacier Bear basketball, far side at the half-court mark. Haddock with the ball, sees Boron, gets it to her. Boron spins around. Haley comes to that right hand, gives her dribble, long, high pass. As she was waiting for Haddock to come across that baseline, just threw a little bit too high for her to catch. Got his substitution, Wings coming back into the ball game now. And looks like Haley Boron's going to take a quick seat here. Panthers with the basketball, 2:30 to go here in the first quarter. 5-point lead, and they have the ball. Yates slowly way beyond the three-point arc, waiting for some movement. Now the Panthers move. They cut across the lane. They're pretty good at that. They find the open man. Scan Allen on the right-hand side. A lot of movement as they come across. Scan Allen looks inside. Finally finds Stump. Goes through her hands. And we're bouncing around, but Stump comes away with it. And looks like Davis is going to be whistled for the foul down low. As that's one thing that the Panthers are pretty patient about, is waiting for the movement across the lane, especially with Stump and Hansen coming back and forth across there. And looks like we're going to have Whittemore coming into the ball game for the Glacier Bears. So we'll see if the Glacier Bears can make an adjustment on that. Coming down now, there's going to be another foul on it. Let's see. All right, here.
Foul's on number 21.
All right. I thought that's who they were going to call, but both officials were going that direction, and they finally decided, all right, you go to the bench and call that one. All right, back to Williamson. Pass goes inside the wing. She spins, gets across the half-court line. Alley-oops across, but nobody's there, and it goes out of bounds. They had it beat, but she was going with the pass, and there wasn't anybody there. So it looks like Coach Brittenham's going to take a timeout here. We'll see what it's going to be here. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so that's about 4 times now the Glacier Bears have gotten the press across the half-court line. Then they come down here and they throw that high alley-oop pass. You know they've worked on that because, like, Haddock came across the baseline, but the pass was too far. It was over her head. This time they tried to go down, and it was over the head of, well, Whittemore's pretty short, so it didn't take much to get over her head, but the ball went over her head and out of bounds. They know where they want to go with it. They just got to be a little more patient with the pass. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Allen will bring the ball in for the Panthers. They lead 10-5, and they have the basketball. Yates with the dribble. Waves everybody through now. She likes to work off that right-hand side. Hansen sets the screen. Alley-oop inside. Over her. Ball's on the floor, bouncing around. Wing comes up with it. She's on that left-handed dribble. Goes all the way up and missed the shot, however, but there's going to be a whistle on it. Going to get 2 shots. Rain Wing loves that left-hand side. You can tell. That's if she gets the ball over there on that side and there's any lane at all, she's going to the basket. All right, Rain Wing at the free throw line. 2 points last night. Have scored 2 points so far this afternoon. This one looks good and is. So she picks up 1 from there. Glacier Bears are 2 for 3 from the free throw line. And she'll get a second. She steps up. 4-point lead now. Looks like we're going to have Bird coming off the bench. And this one is good. So Rain picks up 2 from there. That's her 4th point. And coming into the game will be Savannah Bird checking into the ball game. Yates is going to take a bit of a break as she's been working real hard for the Panthers. 3-point lead by the Craig Panthers right now, 7-10. 1:38 to go here in the first quarter. Allen out at the top. Wing steps up. Almost knocks the ball away. Does go out of bounds. And goes off of Allen's leg and out of bounds. So Glacier Bears force a turnover. Let's see if they can take advantage. Coming back out. Panthers putting a lot of pressure on. Whittemore with the basketball. Couple dribbles. Stops. Kicks the ball inside to Williamson. And now there's going to be a travel as Avery turns and spins. Takes an extra step. And turns the ball back over to the Panthers. Bird with the ball back to Allen. She's going to come down the left-hand side now. Now reverses down the center of the lane. Stops. Puts up the shot a little short, but she's going to draw the foul as she beat her man to the hoop. And hustling out here. Fouls on 12. That'll be Haddock. That'll be her first. 5 team fouls on the Glacier Bears now. 3 team fouls on the Panthers. And Allen has yet to score in the ball game. First chance from the line, and it's nothing but net as that one drops through. Back to a 4-point lead now for the Panthers. 11-7. This one looks good too. She picks up 2 from the free throw line. That's her first 2 points. Williamson gets the ball back inside to Haddock. Over to Williamson, gets across the half-court line on the dribble. Goes around Allen, loses it, gets control back, forced up the shot. Rain Wing comes down with it, puts up the shot, but draws the foul on it. It's going to be on number 21. That'll be Jasmine Bird, and that'll be her second personal foul. And Rain Wing's going to get 2 shots out of it. I thought she was shooting. 5-point lead by the Rain Wing. Okay, Rain, look in her hand here, so now we got to decide. Well, they're waving the coach over.
A guy would have just shot, but Rain saw some blood on her hand, and now she's letting the officials know.
Now the officials know, so Rain has to come out and get I'm pretty sure what would happen if the guy would have just stepped up and didn't pay any attention. I'm shooting the basketball. So anyway, they're kind of cleaning it off here. We'll see if they can get it to stop real quick. She's going to put a Band-Aid on, it looks like. 1 minute, 5 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Craig 12, Haines 7, shooting 2. And Rain still not out on the court here. Now the officials walking over there, and they're was nice of them to give him a little bit of time. Usually what happens is that person has to come out of the ball game, then you bring somebody off the bench to shoot the free throws.
I think they'll give him about 20 seconds.
Yeah, so the official did give him a bit of time there to do that. All right, Rain Wing back at the free throw line. She has got 4 points so far this afternoon. 1 minute, 5 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. Up on the way, off to the right-hand side, and now she is 2 for 3. All right, coming into the ball game is number 22. That'll be Shaylee Johnson. Shaylee will check into the game now. And Rain back at the free throw line for her second chance. This one is up and on its way. Looks good. Oh, in and out. Oh, man, I thought that was going to go in for sure. Ball comes back down to she quickly gets it back down, and penetrating inside was Scan Allen, but Hansen comes up with it for the Panthers, and she forces up another one back to Stump, up and in. So, boy, 3 offensive rebounds, and they finally get the basket out of it. Now they make a steal, and now she's going to be called for stepping over and back. I don't know if she really realized, Johnson did, that she was kind of splitting the half-court line, stepped over and then stepped back again, so the official was right there and made that call. Back to a 7-point lead now by the Panthers. Whittemore will run the offense now. She's way out at the top, and she's going to be whistled for the travel as Scan Allen stepped out, put a lot of pressure. Boron's going to check into the ball game, and she gets in real quick, and Whittemore's coming out of the game. So Haley Boron be back in the game. Scan Allen with the ball. She'll get the ball back in. The Panthers have 35 seconds to get a shot off here in the first quarter. They lead 14-7. Scan Allen with the ball. They go inside to Hansen. Shot up and in, as she got good inside position that time and put it up and in and got the easy bucket. Long Kowska pass stolen away by the Panthers. Back to Hansen. Up and rolls around a little bit. Fight for underneath. Who's got it? Now there's going to be a whistle on the play here, as had it come down with the ball, 3, so that'll be 30. Kennedy Stump, that's her first personal foul. 15th foul on the Craig Panthers now. And Jobbins checks into the ball game. Boron's coming back out. Aaron Williamson gets the ball across. Jobbins is completely surrounded, and now we're going to have a foul on 23. And that'll be her second personal foul, so 8.4 seconds to go. Looks like Coach DJ is going to leave her in there. And Haddock gets the ball back into Wing. Wing with the left-hander dribble, stumps the run along the side. Alley-oop pass goes inside to Wheeler. Back out Wing, long 3 on the way, a little bit too strong. Now we're going to be tied up at the buzzer anyway between Hansen and Williamson, but the buzzer was in the background. So we're going to end this first quarter of play with the Haines Glacier Bears 7 and the Craig Panthers 16. We'll turn it back to KHNS Studios for 1 minute. Back in 1 minute.
Well, Lyle, I understand we're on the internet feed, so I'd like to say hi to all our friends down on Prince of Wales. I see Dewey Scan sitting right down here watching one of his relatives play, I think, in this game.
Yep, there's a lot of folks here from Prince of Wales. And welcome back to Region 5 basketball here. Glacier Bears out quick on the court. Craig Panthers out there. It's going to be Glacier Bear basketball. Haddock will inbound, or Wing will inbound to Haddock on that far side over there. 16 for the Craig Panthers, 7 for the Glacier Bears. Wing looking, Jobbins in the ball, high alley-oop pass, running it down here, ball bounces around, ends up in the hands. Yates is all alone, let's see if she can get the basket. She missed it, however, on the shot, but she gets her own board back, puts it up and in. So the shortest girl on the court gets her own offensive rebound, puts it back up and in. So they've extended that lead a bit. Haddock with the dribble to the right, to the left, alley-oop pass over to Williamson. She's able to control it, steps around, puts up the shot. Too strong, but Wing comes down with the board. They'll go back out to Haddock. Haddock looks, can't find anybody. And she'll bring it back around. Wheeler puts up the shot, fought for underneath. And looks like that was number 11, Savannah Bird, come away with it. Goes off to the side and back outside to Bird. Savannah Bird will handle the basketball, goes over to the far right-hand side. There's Yates. Yates looking, now alley-oops inside as they went inside to Stump, but not able to control it. Stepping around nicely was Marissa Haddock and tapping that one out of bounds. Yates calls out play number 1. And there's the movement by the Panthers. Oh, Stump all alone, up and in. Oh, that was a nice spin move by Stump as she set the screen and peeled right back to the ball and had an easy left-handed lay-in out of it. Extends the lead 20-7 now. Jobbins with the dribble. Backs it around, still not across the half-court line. She's trapped, comes inside, and looks like Coach Brittenham's going to have to call a quick timeout there on that one as they came down the court right in front of Coach, and Jobbins gave up her dribble, and then she was completely surrounded by 2 Craig Panthers. So turned the back, and of course, you would have turned the ball over had not jumped up to use a timeout, and the Glacier Bears now down to 2 timeouts left. And 6:47 to go here in the first half of play. Craig's extended the lead now 20-7. Glacier Bears have yet to get on the board in this quarter. And shooting wise, well, 25% for the Glacier Bears, 2 for 8 in that one, while the Panthers were 6 for 16. But in the second quarter, Glacier Bears have yet to get a bucket. Panthers 2 out of 4. 9 rebounds each for both teams, so rebounding has come pretty even up. All right, there's the buzzer in the background. We're back out on the court now. All right, it's going to be Glacier Bear basketball. Haddock will inbound pretty much right in front of us. We're looking down at her. She's got the ball. Hanson gets it into Wing. Wing with that left-handed dribble. Long down court pass. Stolen away by Bird. Savannah Bird's on the dribble. She's hustling down, wants to go inside, puts up the shot. Little short rebound fought for underneath. We're on the floor. Stump had it. Now she gets it back out to Hanson. Over to Yates. Three-pointer on the way in and out. No. Rebound comes back down to Hanson. She forced up the shot. Stump comes away with it back to Hanson, and she forces up the shot. Still doesn't go. Finally, Davis for the Glacier Bears comes up, and Avery Williamson is all alone, but Davis continues her dribble over to Williams. She stops, but she's going to be whistled for the travel as she saw Lane, took an extra step and took right off. And looks like Anderson's going to come off the bench for the Glacier Bears. And Rain Wing will come out of the ball game. 6:15 to go in the first half. All right, we're up across the half-court line now. And Savannah Bird slowly with the dribble goes to Yates, right-hand side. Glacier Bears man-to-man defense. Comes quickly back out to Johnson. Johnson spins, but she's surrounded. Knocked away nicely by Haddock. Haddock takes a couple extra dribbles, stops, steps, takes the travel as she made a move to the basket. Took an extra step. The official was right there. Easy one to call. 5:55 to go first half. Ball comes back in. Savannah Bird will run the offense now. And she comes across with the dribble. Still no pressure. Davis puts some on. Now they'll go outside. Nothing going, however, as Johnson with the basketball gets around Zadie Anderson. They kick the ball back out. Nothing going with Stump. She looks down inside. Can't find anybody. Gets it to Yates finally on the far right-hand corner. Alley-oop inside. Hanson all alone. Gets her board back up and in. Ashley Hanson got good inside position. Got the offensive rebound. Put it right back up and in. So extends that lead 22-7 now. Davis with the dribble. Going to be a jump ball. Davis brought the ball around. Yates got her hands on it and tied her up. So the ball goes to the Panthers far side. Looks like Scan Allen's going to come into the game for the Glacier Bears. Wing comes in. Haddock comes out for the Glacier Bears. Yates, far side. Comes back on to Scan Allen. She'll take a little bit of a dribble. Not in any big hurries. Anderson comes out, puts some pressure on. They go to Yates, right-hand side. Williamson gets her hand high in the air, but Yates has yet to give up her dribble. Now she'll go left. Gives it up again. Now she's going to have to get rid of the basketball. Does. Hanson steps out. Stump breaks inside. Hanson goes to Stump. She's got the ball. Oh, could have given it back. Yates penetrates. Jumper run about 6. Up and in. No. Rebound bounced around and came back out. Wing came away with it. Now she's going to spin back. She likes that left-handed side. Of course, she is left-handed, but they forced her over there. Now they come out to Williamson. She wants the baseline. Stops, but she's going to step on the baseline and go out of bounds. Pretty good defense that time by Craig Panthers. You don't want to give them that baseline. And hustling over there and getting a foot out there in front was Bird, and forced Williamson out of bounds. Slowly up across the half court comes Scan Allen. Scan Allen's directing traffic. She sends Bird over to the left-hand side. Screen in there by Hanson. Shot is up. Doesn't go. Rebound off of Anderson. And it's going to be Panther. No, it's going to be Glacier Bear basketball.
I think they caught
well,
a break.
wait a minute here. Now they got it. All right, they got it sorted out. So it is going to be Glacier Bear basketball. Wheeler gets the ball back into Davis. She spins back out to Wheeler. Still not across the half-court line. Alley-oop across. Gets it across. Ball comes back down. Going to be a foul. And it is going to be on Scan Allen, her third, so I'm quite sure she's coming out. Well, I know she's coming out because quickly off the bit is Jasmine Bird. And also coming in is number 10. That'll be Johnson coming into the game. Stump's coming out, and Scan Allen's coming out for the Panthers. And we're going to a 1-and-1 opportunity here. So Rain Wing back at the free throw line. Has 4 points so far this afternoon. 2 for 4 from the free throw line. She's going to get a 1-and-1 opportunity here. They've been stuck on that 7 points all this quarter. Let's see if she can get one. On the way, does. That bounced high in the air and finally dropped through. So she picks up her 5th point. Finally, the Glacier Bears get off of that 7 mark. So 4:11 to go here in the first half of play. Wing with the ball. Up on the shot. And in and out. No. Rebound comes back down to the Panthers. That was Jasmine Bird got that rebound. Over to Yates, far right-hand side. Man-to-man defense by the Glacier Bears. A lot of movement by the Panthers. Directing traffic now. They get the ball back inside to Hanson. Up and in. Ashley Hanson picked up 8. Yates really set that one up because she kept the dribble out there. She kept waving her over where she wanted her, then gave her that pass, and then Ashley Hanson only had to turn and lay it up in. So she gets a chance, and it is good. So Ashley picks up her 9th point, 1 from the free throw line, and Glacier Bears under pressure still. Williamson goes back out to Wing. Wing spins around. Hanson puts a little bit of pressure on. Alley-oop inside to Davis. Davis looks down the court, and it's going to be a 10-second count. Just a little too much time to get it. You got 10 seconds to get the ball in, get it across half court. Glacier Bears were about 7 seconds, and then they went to Davis, and she couldn't find anybody, and the official was counting. You can see his arm moving, so you know it had to be getting close. Goes over to Yates. She goes left-hand side. Nothing going here for Johnson. Johnson drives up, rolls around. The ball's going to go out of bounds off of one of the Glacier Bears. So Panthers are going to get it under their hoop. And who's going to, let's see, looks like we're going to have Savannah Bird inbounding the basketball. Looking, finds Yates on that left-hand side. Williamson puts it in. They go back inside. Shot up. Doesn't go, however, by Bird. That was Jasmine Bird. Wing gets away with it. Now we're tied up as Davis gets tied up down low, and the ball goes back on the alternating possession to the Craig Panthers. And they'll have it underneath. Looks like Haddock's going to come off the bench real quick for the Glacier Bears, and Wing's going to come out of the game. Also number 22, that'll be Shaylee Johnson checking in for the Panthers. They lead 25-8, 3:23 to go in the first half of play. There's the screen set. coming down the lane. They tried to go inside with the pass, partially knocked away to Bird. Back out to Yates at the top, 3:15 in the first half of play left. Yates, slow dribble over there, 25-8's the score. Looking inside, they go back inside. Oh, nice pass inside, but not able to get it to go as Johnson. She gets the rebound back, still tapped around. Yates rips that out of there from everybody off the offensive board. She looks up at the hoop, changes her mind. Now she goes back inside, puts up the shot, up and in by Johnson. Johnson's only a freshman at 5'7". She did a nice job posting up down there. Comes back out to Haddock. Haddock across the half-court line for the Glacier Bears. 27-8's the score right now. 2:39 to go in the first half of play. Williamson wanted the baseline, but Bird wouldn't let her have it. Now they come back out to Davis. She forced up the shot, but she's going to get fouled. She's going to get 2 shots on it. Fouls on number 10, Dana Johnson. That'll be her first. 18 fouls on the Craig Panthers, 16 fouls on the Glacier Bears. Davis at the free throw line, yet to score in the ball game. Had 5 points last night. This one's on its way off the right-hand side. And looks like coming off the bench back into the ball game is going to be Whittemore. Not Whittemore, but Murray. Also Stump coming into the ball game. Yates is coming out for a bit. And also number 21, that's Jasmine Bird coming out for a bit. Davis with the second chance here. Looks up at the hoop, 2:30 to go first half. Good. So she gets one, and Coach Hansen wants to take a quick timeout there. He had already talked to the official and made the arrangement. You know, they walk out there and the official's standing only just a few feet away, and you can imagine, he said, if she makes this, I want to call a 30-second timeout, and that's exactly what happened. As Rihanna made that bucket, and as she is 1 for 2, gives her the 1 point. So now they can call. He's got, some new girls in there right now going to handle the ball, so he probably wants to make sure they know exactly what they're supposed to do. As he's got Scan Allen with those 3 fouls is out of the game. Yates is out of the ball game. They handle the ball most of the time for the Craig Panthers, so got some new ball handlers. Let's see if the Glacier Bears can take advantage of it. All right, it's going to be Panthers basketball. No pressure being applied by the Glacier Bears right now. So Savannah Bird will get the ball from Murray and work it down. 27-9 is the score. Glacier Bears struggling here in the second quarter. Over to this left-hand side was Bird. Now she goes right to Murray. Murray looks, still can't find anybody. Come out to the top. Oh, nice pass as they go to Johnson. Johnson goes down the lane. Almost loses the ball back to Murray. Stops, puts up the shot off the glass. Rebound down to Stump. Up and in as she got a nice offensive board, and that's 10 points for her. She's the leading scorer right now for the Panthers. Davis, long down court pass. Going to be way too strong for Williamson to hustle down there and catch that one. And Murray will get the ball back into play. She does. So up across the half-court line will come Savannah Bird. Davis picks her up right there. Goes to Murray, right-hand side. Breaking down the lane. Couldn't give it to her, though. Good defense by Davis. Didn't allow that little alley-oop pass in there and an easy bucket. Comes back outside to Bird. Over to the left-hand side. Can't find anybody's Johnson. She tries to go inside to Stump. It's a little bit too strong and goes out of bounds. So Glacier Bears are going to get it back now. Still the 2-2-1 press by the Craig Panthers. I'm going to go over to the side to Davis. Davis turns around. Long alley-oop pass as they go to Haddock. She spins around. Kicks the ball over to Williamson. Had the shot, changed her mind, however. Back to Haddock. Haddock will fire it up. A little strong rebound. Comes back down to Anderson. Up and in. Sadie Anderson got that offensive rebound and didn't hesitate. Went right back up and in. 1:15 to go here in the first half. Goes left-hand side. Oh, almost stolen away, but Johnson's able to gain control. Back to Stump. Stump looks inside. Still can't find anybody. Kicks the ball back around. Anderson makes the steal. She's on the left-hand dribble, kicks it out to Williamson. Stops, jumper from about 6, a little bit too low. Doesn't go, ball bounces around and goes off of Goes off of one of the Panthers. Not sure which one. Doesn't really make any difference. It's going to be Glacier Bear basketball. Haddock hustles back. Gets it set now. Glacier Bear basketball. Far side of the court. Davis holding the ball high overhead. Still can't find anybody. Now finally gets it into Haddock. Goes through her hands. Gains control, however, and she gets it back. They come back around. Oh, stepping in front is Johnson. Left-handed up and in. As Shaylee Johnson anticipated that pass, stepped into the lane, dribbled all the way down, and got the easy bucket out of it. Anderson gives up her dribble. 20-point lead by the Craig Panthers. They turn the basketball back over. Hustling all the way down, putting up the shot was number 11, Savannah Bird again. And they made the steal on that high alley-oop pass. It was easy enough. Looks like Thomas is going to come into the game for the Glacier Bears right now. Bird at the free throw line and way short. She missed that one. Didn't touch anything, but she's going to get a second. Thomas is coming in, and Anderson's going to come out of the game for the Glacier Bears. 31-11 is the score. Craig Panthers with the lead, and they're at the free throw line. This one's on its way. Looks a little better. Nope, a little bit short, but Haddock comes away with the rebound for the Glacier Bears, and she'll keep the dribble too and bring it across the half-court line. Stump puts a little bit of pressure on. And Williamson looked at the hoop. Good defense. Couldn't get it up as they got a hand up. And she wanted that three but didn't get it. Over to Davis on the left-hand dribble. Stops. Wants the shot. Brings the ball down. Going to have a jump ball. Murray and Davis get it tied up. Mariana brought the ball down about waist high. And Murray just latched right onto it. Ariana should have just kept the ball up high. She'll learn that, though. She's just getting a little bit of playing experience this year. So she'll learn to keep that ball up. They go back inside to Wheeler, and they're on the floor again. Ball comes out, and the shot was forced up by Haddock. She's surrounded by 3 green uniforms. Let's see who it's going to be. 10, that'll be Johnson. Could have been any one of the 3, I think. 11 seconds to go here in the first half. Shots on the way. Good. So Haddock picks up her first point from the free throw line. She had 6 last night and 2 boards. She'll get a second here. This one looks good and is, so that one was no doubt about that one going in. So she collects it. 11 seconds. Let's see if Murray can get a shot off real quick. Goes to Bird. 6 seconds. Over to that's Johnson. Alley-oop inside to Stump. Up and in. As they recognized Stump was all alone there and gave her a nice pass, and she able to get that ball in. 20 shots the Panthers put up in that one, and they were 8 for 20 in that first half of play, so they didn't waste any time firing the basketball up. Well, we're going to end this first half of play with the Haines Glacier Bears coming away with 13 points and the Craig Panthers finishing that first half with 33 points. So we're going to turn it back to the KHS studios for about 9 minutes, and we'll be back in 9 minutes for second half action. Okay, Marley, we're going to take it here in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, Marley, 5. Okay, Marley, we'll take it here in 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Okay, Marley, we'll take it here in 1 minute. 1 minute, Marley. All right, welcome back to Region 5 basketball. This is Lyle Leff along with Jake Frisky. We're going to bring you action second half action here of the Haines Glacier Bears and the Craig Panthers, as the Glacier Bears are down by a score of 33-13. And so anyway, we're just seconds away from the start of the game. All right, and we'll get the game going here as you can hear the drummers in the background here. Craig Panthers have quite a drum corps as they get going on it. So Craig Panthers are to our right. And with only a few seconds to go here, we're going to remind folks that our Haines boys, we're going to be playing tomorrow at 9:45 a.m. And we're not sure who they're going to play against yet, as Craig and Wrangell square off on that one. And anyway, 33-13 is the score. Glacier Bears down by 20. And anyway, they're back out on the court. And 11-20 is on the far side here. And all right, back at the court side. Here now, the Craig Panthers will inbound the basketball. They lead 33-13. Don't forget, our Haines boys play at 9:45 in the morning. We don't know who they're going to play yet. Craig and Wrangell still have to square off in that one right after this game is over with. Glacier Bears will be back on defense right now. And now there's going to be a travel on it as number 11, Savannah Bird, shuffled her feet. And the ball goes back to the Glacier Bears on it. All right, comes back out. And Haley Boron will handle the basketball for the Glacier Bears. And she'll go right-hand side to Wing. Wing comes back left to Williamson. A lot of pressure being applied by the Panthers. Boron tries to drive inside, going to be bounced around off of one of the Panthers and out of bounds. So Glacier Bears will have the ball down under their hoop on that left side. Haddock with the basketball. Comes across, goes to Boron, and she was looking one way, got the pass, and went off her foot and out of bounds. And nothing she could do about that. It was too late because the ball had already hit her in the foot and gone out of bounds. Allen Scan for the Panthers will bring it across the half-court line. Glacier Bears drop back into their defense. So on a 1-2-2 defense right now. They go onto the right-hand side. Nothing going. Shots on its way by Johnson, but a little bit too strong. Boron comes down with it, and she's quickly down the court on the right-hand side. We don't have the starters in the ball game now for the Craig Panthers right now. Comes back out to Haddock. Haddock spins around, tries to go inside to Wing, and the ball's knocked out of bounds by, I think, Allen Scan. So Glacier Bears are going to get the basketball back. Of course, DJ Johnson realizes that he's got another game to play if he wins this one, so he's got to save some of those gals, and the Glacier Bears turn it over on the inbounds pass. So he's trying to spread things out a little bit here amongst all the gals that he's got. He has 12 girls dressed down, so he can bring a lot of people off the bench, and that's exactly what he's doing. 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Allen Scan goes left-hand side to Bird. Bird, nobody picked her up. She could just take 2 or 3 dribbles in and get a nice little... Now she does. She puts up the shot up and in. It took her for a long time to realize that, well, there isn't anybody here. I need to dribble in, and that's what she did. She got the easy basket out of it. Gonzalo Boron comes back inside to Haddock. Back to Boron going down the left-hand side. Spin move. Wants to put up the shot. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by one of the Panthers. So Boron got herself down inside. Wasn't able to get the shot, but they did get the basketball back. Over Haddock, left hand, looking. Wheeler all alone. They try to go into her. Now they do. Up. Shot's a little bit too short. Rebound comes back down to the hands of Murray. And she gets it all quick all the way down, but Wing steps in front, makes a nice steal. She's on the left-hand dribble coming down the left side. Nothing going, however, and she'll bring it back out to Boron. Boron looks for Williamson at the free throw line. She is surrounded by Green, but she gets the ball back out. Haddock wants the baseline, comes around, gives it out to Wheeler. Shot on the way, rebound, bounces around. Murray ends up with it, knocks it out of her hands, ends up to Wing. She puts it up, and now we're going to be tied up. And jump ball going to be going to the Glacier Bears. Just beginning third quarter action, really. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Panthers lead by 22 right now. Holding the ball, finally get it into Wheeler. Holds Hall high overhead. Takes the left-handed dribble, stops, gives it up, goes back to Boron. They're working that right-hand side. Comes around on the dribble, kicks it around, and spin move. Allen Scan puts some pressure on. They get back inside. Stepping nicely in front is Johnson. She's still on the dribble, looks up at the hoop, up and in. Nobody stopped her, and she went all the way down and got that bucket, and she's got 6. She made the steal and went right to the hoop the full length of the court. Boron, right-hand side, looking to Haddock. Screen set by Wheeler. Spin back. Haddock with the ball at the free throw line. Comes back out to Williamson. She fires it up a little bit too strong. Wing bounces the ball off of her. We're on the floor, tied up, and the ball goes to the Panthers. So Murray will get the basketball back in. Allen Scan slowly brings it up the half court, goes a long down court. Oh, nobody picked her up. I don't know why she tried to go inside. Hansen was checked into the ball game now. She could have just easily taken the shot, but elected not to. Fortunately for her, they got the ball back. Now she'll take that shot. Bounces around, wing comes with it. On the dribble down the left-hand side. Looking up, still can't find anybody. Allen Scan gets some defense on her, hustling over. We're on the floor again. The ball still not tied up. Finally, Bird comes up with it. Alley-oop all the way up, and the dribble. Williamson hustles back, and she draws the foul. That is Savannah Bird. She's got 8 points in the ball game. She just went right to the hoop and drew that foul. That was a nice play on her part, as she made the defense commit, and they ended up fouling, and we got number 21 coming into the ball game, and that'll be Jasmine Bird for the Panthers. And at the free throw line for one chance here. Shots up on its way, good. So Savannah Bird is 3 for 6 from the free throw line, and she has 9 points in the ball game. All right, over to the top right-hand side is Boron. Spins it back. Comes back to Haddock. Takes the dribble down there. Goes to the hoop. Partially checked by one of the Craig Panthers, however. And the ball ends up in the hands of Jasmine Bird, who keeps the dribble, puts up the shot, but she's going to draw the foul. Jasmine kind of got herself in no man's land there as she went straight at the hoop. Didn't go right or left-hand side. Number 10, Becca Wheeler, her second. And when she put up the shot, she was right straight up under the basket at the bottom of the rim. This one is no good by Jasmine. Lots of subs coming into the ball game now for the Glacier Bears. Davis, Anderson, Jobbins comes into the ball game for the Glacier Bears. And looks like we're going to have another sub here coming off the bench. Will be Johnson for the Panthers. Rebound comes down to Haddock. She quickly gets it up across the half-court line, gets it out to Jobbins. Jobbins over there looks for Thomas, can't find her, so she'll keep the dribble. Goes left-hand side, man-to-man defense by the, and now there's going to be a travel, and a Jobbins moves her feet. But man-to-man defense, yep, number 10 will get into the ball game now. That'll be Johnson, who's coming out. Let's see, well, we're not quite sure who's coming out here. Looks like maybe Savannah Bird might come out, but now we got a full timeout. So we're going to turn it back to the KHNS studios for 1 minute, with the Craig Panthers leading by a score of 40-13. Back in 1 minute. And welcome back to Region 5 basketball here. We've got out on the court now the Glacier Bears and the Craig Panthers. Craig basketball, far side of the court. Looks like Murray will run the offense now for the Panthers. They go right-hand side to Johnson, back out to the top to Bird. Bird looks inside, that'll be Jasmine Bird. Back outside to Johnson, over to Murray, nothing penetrating inside. Nobody really picks her up as Jasmine Bird's all alone. She could step in about 4 or 5 feet and put up the shot. Elects not to, however. They bounce around. Murray shot on the way, partially checked by Anderson, and goes off of one of the Panthers and out of bounds. So Glacier Bears are going to get the basketball back. 3:41 to go here in the third quarter with the commanding lead. Davis will handle the ball out at the top for the Glacier Bears. She goes inside to Haddock. Haddock spins around, looks, nothing going, and she'll take the dribble to the right-hand side. Looks for Jobbins. They go back inside to Anderson, however. She puts up the shot. It's going to draw the foul. So Sadie Anderson's going to go to the free throw line. And the foul is going to be on number 12. Or 21, excuse me. That'll be Bird. That'll be her third personal foul. 40-13 is the score. This one missed by Sadie Anderson as she had an opportunity from there. Shooting percentages, though, in that first half, 38% for the Craig Panthers at 14 for 36. And for the Glacier Bears, they were only 2 for 12 at 16% in the first half. Shot bounces around. Going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Craig ball off the missed opportunity by Anderson. Gets the ball back in play here. Murray will bring it across the half-court line. 3:23 to go here in the third quarter. Goes right-hand side to Bird. Jasmine Bird looks, can't find anybody. Looks for Johnson. Long cross-court pass to Murray. She'll take a couple of dribbles. Now we got a shot from the baseline, up and in by Jasmine Bird, and that's her first 2 points of the ball game. Davis will bring the ball up for the Glacier Bears on the left. She goes hard to the hoop, stops, jumper about 6, going to draw the foul again as she went down low there on that left-hand side, stopped and jumped up and got the shot up. Fouls Johnson. That'll be her third personal foul. Alan Scan checked into the ball game at that last opportunity for the Panthers. Davis at the free throw line. She looks, shots on its way, good. So Ariana Davis gets her second one. That one coming from the free throw line as she is 2 for 3 from the free throw line. So she'll get a chance. The Glacier Bears were 10 for 17 last night from there. She's got the ball for the second. Shots up on its way off the right-hand side. No rebound, fought for underneath. And we're tied up here. Let's see what we got. And the ball's going to go to the Glacier Bears under their basket on the alternating possession. Davis calls out play number 3 for the inbounds. It'll be set up on the left-hand side. Crossing over. They go to Thompson. But I could see she moved her feet. What they were going to do on that was Thompson was going to get the ball, turn around, and hand it back to Davis, who stepped in, who had a nice easy jumper from about 6 or 8 feet, but they traveled with it, so they turned the basketball back over. All right, bringing across is Jasmine Bird. She goes left-hand side all the way across to Murray, up and in. Murray got a nice bucket out of that one, but that pass was put across by all the way across, and she got the easy basket out of it. Good eyeball movement that time, recognizing there was an open player there. Goes to Anderson, spins it back around to Haddock on the dribble. She's got the baseline, try to go to Anderson. Stepping nicely in front was number 12, Burnham, who checked in that last opportunity. Long down court pass to Murray. Stops, puts up the shot. Checked by Davis, however, and Anderson ends up with the basketball. Looks like Fisher's going to come off the bench for the Glacier Bears at the next chance. Forced up the shot, going to be an offensive foul against Haddock. She forced that shot up. That one was pretty easy call there as far as the official goes. And looks like Fisher is coming into the ball game. Haddock's going to come out of the ball game now. 2 minutes, 8 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 44-14 is the score right now. Comes back out to Murray. Murray will get it across the half-court line. Goes left-hand side to Alan Scan. Long cross-court pass to number 10, which is Johnson. She tries to go back inside, but now there's going to be a whistle on it. Let's see where the foul's going to come. White is number 11. Ariana Davis, that's her third personal foul down low. Panthers with the basketball. Scan gets it back in. 2-pointer on the way, a little bit short on the shot. However, was Johnson, but the rebound comes back quickly down to the Glacier Bears. Jobbins, she'll go right-hand side to Davis. Two-pointer on the way in and out. No, rebound down to Fisher down low, or Thomas down low, but then she ends up traveling with it. So the ball goes back to the Craig Panthers with 1:40 to go here in the third quarter. Team foul-wise, Craig 2, Glacier Bears 4. Bird gets the ball left-hand side to Allen Scan. Bird all alone up. The shot is a little bit short on it, but she's going to be fouled. Maybe that's the reason the shot was short, is Anderson's going to foul her. No, it's going to be 11. That'll be Davis. And that'll be her fourth. She's going to stay in the ball game, however, for the Glacier Bears. And that'll send Jasmine Bird. She has 2 points. Missed an opportunity from the free throw line earlier. This one's on its way, and it hits about every part of the rim you could imagine and finally drops through. That gives her 3. Coming off the bench is Wheeler. And Davis comes out of the ball game. So Wheeler back into the game now for the Glacier Bears. Jasmine Bird there, 3 points so far this afternoon. Make it 4. She got another one from there. And now the Glacier Bears back on the offense here. Coming on the dribble. Looks like we're going to have Jobbins coming into the ball game the next chance. Ball goes down the right-hand side, or excuse me, that's Whittemore. Now we got a jump ball tie-up. Ball to the Glacier Bears. Whittemore is coming off the bench now for the Glacier Bears. And who's coming out? Thomas is coming out. Glacier Bears with the ball. Fisher looking, finally gets the ball into Whittemore. She puts up the shot, a little bit too strong, bounces off there, goes out of bounds off of, well, 2 of the Panthers. So it's going to be Glacier Bear basketball under their hoop. 1:17 to go here in the third quarter. Fisher with the ball, gets the ball back in, but immediately throws it out of bounds. So the ball goes back to the Craig Panthers now. Bird gets it off to Murray. Murray will bring it across the half-court line slowly on the dribble. Stops. Nobody picks up Johnson. Now she goes inside, tries to get it inside. Rebound comes back down. And no, not go. Oh, hustling over nicely was Bird, able to save that. Allen Scan fires up a little short on there. Anderson comes down with it. She looks up the court. Can't make the pass, however, as there's good defense by Murray. And Anderson puts up the shot, bounces around. Still nobody has control of it. Finally Jobbins comes up with it. Over to Whittemore for the Glacier Bears to Fisher. Puts up the shot, a little bit too strong off the glass. Rebound comes back down the hands of Bird, but she's called for carrying the basketball. So the ball's going to go back to the Glacier Bears. Rain Wings coming into the game. Fisher's coming out of the game now. Cook must be partially injured there. I know she didn't even dress today, so she's not going to get into the ball game at all, although she got in yesterday for a short time. Ball comes out, still bouncing around, goes off of wing and out of bounds. So Glacier Bears turn it back over with 33 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Down 46-14. Panthers with the basketball. Murray goes right-hand side. Back out, long cross-court three-pointer on the way. All but glass, nothing, balls on the floor here. And we're going to have a tie-up here as that pot was put up by Jasmine Bird, but bounced right off the glass. Going to be Panther basketball under their hoop. Haddock back into the game for the Glacier Bears. All right, looking Murray. And again, Johnson, now she does take the shot off the front of the iron. Rebound comes back down and into the hands of Jobbins. And she'll quickly get it off to Wheeler, who has 9 seconds to do something with it. Takes the dribble to the right-hand side. Tap away, however, and going out of bounds. It's going to be Glacier Bear basketball on that far side with 3.3 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Haddock looking. Now she'll go to Wheeler. Wheeler spins around, takes a couple of dribbles, pushes up the shot, and is going to draw the foul. It's going to be Allen Scan. And if it is, that'll be Johanna Allen Scan. That'll be her fourth personal. That'll send Wheeler to the free throw line. Wheeler's going to be there. .2 seconds to go here. Shot is good. So that's actually the first basket, the first point by Becca Wheeler in the whole tournament. That coming from the free throw line. She'll get a second one. This one is on the way. Looks good and is. So she picks up 2 from the free throw line. And the Panthers really not going to have a chance to hardly get that ball down the court. Well, we're going to end this third quarter of play with the Haines Glacier Bears 16 points and the Craig Panthers 46 points. We're going to turn it back to the KHNS studios for 1 minute, and we'll be back in 1 minute for fourth quarter action. And welcome back to Region 5 basketball here. Lots of basketball games to go. We had 8 games today, and we're only halfway through here. So the big matchup this evening is going to be that Sitka Mount Edgecumbe games. They have yet to play at all. And Battle of the Bridges here, so that's their opening games. That starts at 6:30 with the girls, followed by 8:15 for the boys. So everybody's really looking forward to that one. Glacier Bears inbound the basketball. Boron puts up a 2-pointer right off the bat, and she gets it to go, and that's 5 points for Haley Boron. So Glacier Bears come back out of that quarter break and score right away. Alley-oop across, and the ball's fought for, and looks like they hustled down, knocked out of bounds. Not quite sure exactly who got that one, but it's going to be off of one of the Panthers, so it's going to be Glacier Bear basketball. Looking as Boron, she gets the ball back into Wing. Wing comes off the screen, comes around to Boron, 3-pointer on the way, a little bit too strong, but Hattie gets over and gets that board back, though, for the Glacier Bears. She spin moves inside, puts it up a little bit short. Ball bounces underneath. Stump puts some pressure on. Hattie doesn't know where to go with it. They come back out. Wheeler puts it up. Over to Wing. Wing and Murray get it ball tied up. It's going to be Craig Panther basketball. And they'll get the ball back in. All right. Yates checks into the ball game here now as she runs the right-hand side. They go to Murray. Breaking down the lane. Couldn't get it to Yates, however. Now Stump breaks down the lane. And we had number 15, Coates, coming into the game for the Panthers. Yates holds the ball high overhead. Sees Stump breaking down. Couldn't give it to her, however. Back out to Murray. Over to Yates. And they come across. Still looking. Wanting to go into Stump breaking down the lane, but Yates not able to get it to her. So she backs back out. Directs traffic. They go left-hand side to Coates. Coates looks. Can't find anybody. Brooks also in the game for the Panthers. And they get it across. Ball ends up in Boron's hands. And now we're on the floor. Yates and Boron are tied up. Ball's going to go to the Glacier Bears. So everybody off the bench for the Craig Panthers now has been in the basketball game. Everyone for the Glacier Bears has been into the basketball game. 6:32 to go here in the fourth quarter. Glacier Bears down by quite a bunch, but everybody's playing hard. Williamson goes left-hand or right-hand side to Wing. Wing takes that left-handed dribble, but now we're going to be on the floor and tied up. Coates got a hand on it with the Wing, so the Glacier Bears are going to give the ball back to the Craig Panthers. So Yates will run the offense now for the Panthers. Yates is the only senior out on the floor right now for the Panthers. They go outside to Coach. She puts up the shot, rolls around, doesn't go. Rebound fought for underneath. Finally, Wheeler comes up with it. She alley-oops across, but unfortunately, Wheeler can't come from out of bounds, catch the ball, and land inbounds. She has to be inbounds first to establish that position, but she had the right idea, just wasn't able to get there quite in time. Yates with the ball on the left-hand side, looking, comes back out to Murray. 3 on the way, a little too strong, ball down to Haddock. Now it's knocked out of bounds, and Glacier Bears are going to get the basketball back. They'll have to go full length of the court, however. Well, things are kind of getting along here. We got another big ball game coming right after this one here, as the Craig Panthers and the Wrangell Wolves boys have to match up here to advance in that consolation round. Shot goes by Wing, a little bit too strong, ball on the side, and Murray is tied up again with Wheeler. So the ball goes to the Glacier Bears. So I just saw the Craig Panthers, the Wrangell Wolves getting ready to come out on the court here. There's 2 courts in this particular field. It's a great big airplane hangar, and so the kids can warm up on the far court over there and then come out and play on the main court. Ball goes inside to Wheeler, who missed the easy little lay-in there, and the ball now goes to the Panthers. So it's a great facility to play basketball in because there's just tons and tons of room everywhere. Yates will bring it down to the right-hand side. Stops, looks inside, can't find anybody. Comes to Coach, she'll take a couple dribbles. They'll go right side over to Brooks. Brooks wanted to take the shot, but Murray will, and a little bit too strong. Rebound comes in, stepped out of bounds, out of Wheeler's hands, but it was knocked out by Coates. So the Glacier Bears are going to get the ball back. 5:25 to go in the game. They'll bring it up across the half court. Does Boron, goes right inside to Williamson. Finds Wing. Wing 2-pointer on the way too strong, however, and goes up out of bounds. And so the Panthers are going to get the basketball back. Just looking at the stats here, Glacier Bears really struggled in that third quarter as they were 0 for 14 from the field. Panthers were 5 for 17. Rebounding pretty much even up. Glacier Bears lead a little bit in that one. 3-pointer on the way by Coates. Doesn't go, however. Rebound comes down, and now we got a foul on it. Let's see where the foul is going to be. 3-0. That'll be her second personal foul. Only 5 team fouls on the Glacier Bears, 4 team fouls on the Craig Panthers. Boron will handle the basketball. She gets it from Wheeler. Boron with the dribble, goes right-hand side, and stepping back is Haddock. Haddock takes the baseline, nobody there. She fires up the shot, doesn't go. Rebound comes back to Williamson. She puts it up, still doesn't go, and off of her and out of bounds. So Glacier Bears back on defense. 4:48 to go here in this ball game. Back to Yates. Yates will get it across, looking for Stump, breaking up the lane. Nothing going, however, as they come to Coates. All the way over to Stump. She has the shot. She'll take it. Going to be too strong, way over the whole rim and out of bounds, but it goes off of one of the Panthers and out of bounds. So, and looks like the Craig Panthers are going to take a short timeout here. So this will give me a chance to thank the sponsors here. I enjoyed the opportunity to bring the folks there in Haines and the internet system the basketball games here, so when I get a chance here, but right now the Craig Panthers have their drum line going, so it's pretty hard to even hear myself talk, but with only 4:36 to go in the game, the Glacier Bears are going to be ending their season here at the Region 5 tournament. Played pretty tough. They played a real good game yesterday. Today they struggled a little bit more offensively than they did yesterday, but I do want to take a moment to thank the sponsors. That's the Fog Cutter Bar, the Mountain Market and Cafe, the Lynn Lodge and Rental Cars, Haines Home Building Supply, First National Bank of Alaska, Constantine, Miles Furniture, Haines Real Estate, Hauser's IGA Supermarket, Alaska Power and Telephone, Allrood's Market Center and Alaska Sports Shop, and the Lutak Lumber. Thanks again for the opportunity to bring these games. I enjoy doing that kind of thing, and it's kind of fun to watch all these basketball games. All right, looks like it's going to be Glacier Bear basketball. Haddock will get it back into Boron. She'll bring it up across the half-court line. Yates will meet her there. Takes the dribble, gives it up, goes to Haddock. Haddock at the free throw line, spin move, turns around, can't find anybody now. She'll dribble right hand side. Still can't get anybody, gets it off to Boron, stops, forces up the shot, a little bit short, rebound down to Stump for the Panthers, over to Yates. She'll get it across the half court line. She does. Don't forget, tomorrow at 9:45, our boys are going to be playing. We don't know who yet, but our boys are going to be playing against either Wrangell or Craig, and they're still in it for the number 2 seed at the state tournament, so you'll want to check that one out. Comes back to Yates. She comes out. Williamson puts a little pressure on. Over to Stump. Stops. Dribbles. Puts up the shot. It's going to draw the foul. Stumps and Yates working a little two-man game here. We're going to have substitutions. Look like Johnson's going to come into the game. Savannah Bird's going to come into the ball game, looks like. And also we're going to have coming off the bench, it looks like maybe Shaylee Johnson coming in, or no, it's going to be Burnham. Sarah Burnham coming into the ball game here, but Sarah's coming in for the shooter, so not going to get that chance. And Stump misses that first one. She is 2 for 3 from the line so far this afternoon. This one's on its way. It's going to be a little short, but she hustles over and gets her own rebound. As it comes back out, they bring it out to Coates. Coates comes over, nothing going, however, and she gives it to Johnson. Johnson's being guarded by Haddock. A lot of pressure. The long alley-oop pass all the way over to Brooks. She's able to corral it. I thought maybe one of the Glacier Bears might get there. Brooks looks inside for Stump. Can't find anybody. She'll move around, puts up the shot off the front of the rim. No, rebound comes back down to Davis. Davis looks up the court. She sees Williamson. She gives her a long pass. Nice catch by Avery, but not able to do anything with it. Back to Haddock, fires it up. Oh, rolls around, won't go into. Man, that thing covered every bit of the rim and just didn't start drop in. And now we got Stump coming out of the ball game. Burnham is going to take her place. 3:15 to go. Looking, bounce pass comes into Wheeler. She goes back inside to Haddock, but it's knocked through her hands over in Boron. Excuse me. And Boron puts up the shot, but she's going to be fouled by number 11, Savannah Bird. And that'll send Haley to the free throw line. 1 for 2, 5 points in the game. Looks good news. So Haley picks up her 6th point of the game. Thomas comes into the game. Looks like Fisher's coming into the game. Wheeler's coming out of the game. Williamson's coming out of the game for the Glacier Bears. Lots of substitutions here in the last bit of this basketball game. Haley Boron with the second one. On its way, in and out. No, rebound comes back down to the Panthers' number 12, Burnham. But now she's immediately tied up by Thomas, so Glacier Bears force the tie up anyway. Now they're going to bring it down. Looks like maybe Coates gets the ball back in. Handling the ball now will be Savannah Bird. She goes left-hand side to Brooks. Alley-oop inside. Oh, and looks like a lot of pressure by Haddock as they go back inside. Shot up and in as a nice little bounce pass to Burnham, and she puts it up and in for 2, her first 2 points of the ball game. Fisher tries to get it across to Boron. Boron dribbles out on the right-hand side. Stops, three-pointer on the way, short, hustling over. Who gets there first? And that's going to be, Thomas got there first, but then she took an extra step, and the official was right there and made an easy call for him. Savannah Bird brings it up across. 2:30 to go in the game. Right-hand side to Coates. Stops, looks inside, gives up her dribble, and they find Burnham. Burnham kind of gets control of it. Now they come back out to Coates. She holds the ball high overhead, looks for somebody cutting across the lane. Still nobody. Now she tries to go inside. Ball ends up in the hands of nobody. It's bouncing all over the place. And finally, there's a whistle on the play. 4 or 5 girls got their hands on it. Fouls on number. Kaylee Fisher picks up the foul, and that's her first. So it looks like we're going to take a full timeout here for the Haines Glacier Bears. So with the score, 48 Craig, Haines 19. I'm going to turn it back to KHN Studios for 1 minute. We'll be back in 1 minute. As we come out of that timeout now, we're back to live action here again. Johnson at the free throw line for the Craig Panthers. They've scored 2, 3, 5, 8, 11 points so far from the free throw line this afternoon. They got a chance here for some more. This one is good. So Johnson gets into the book now, and she's got 1 in the ball game. So that one coming from the free throw line. She'll get a second here as a 1-and-1 opportunity as 17 fouls. Now she's got a second one from there as she makes both, and that's 2 for her. So bringing up the ball across half-court line is Thomas. She goes right side to Boron. Boron with a left-handed dribble. Ball bounces around. Still nobody controls it. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be Panther basketball as Burnham and Haddock were going after it, and it went off of bounds off of Marissa Haddock. So Panthers going to get the basketball. Bird with the basketball. Savannah looks inside. We got 2 gals in with Bird as the last name, so I got to keep that one straight. Back to Bird, looking inside. Now Bird makes the move. Savannah goes up, puts it up, rolls around, doesn't go, goes out of bounds. Ball goes to the Glacier Bears. Savannah Bird went hard to the hoop on that right-hand side, just wasn't able to quite get the basket. And so Glacier Bears go back on offense now. 1:36 to go here in the basketball game. Panthers are going to win, and they're going to advance on up into the tournament brackets here. And they come across. Goes there, left, right, over to Haddock. Haddock goes around, puts up the shot, up and in. Marissa Haddock, 4 points for her, and she is 2 for 2 also from the free throw line. So lots of action here going. And now quickly down the court come the Craig Panthers. And shot goes up, goes around, nothing happened, however, and they alley-oop across over to the left-hand side. Oh, there's a lane. Let's see if she can get the hoop. Oh, just a little bit short on, as Savannah Bird had an easy lane to the hoop, but missed the lay-in. Looks like we got Anderson coming back off the bench now, and looks like Haddock's coming out. Haddock probably playing her last ball game for the Haines Glacier Bears. She is the only senior we've got on the team. So Marissa comes out of the game with 4 points, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Haley Boron goes right, goes left, back to Davis. Boron goes down the lane, puts up the shot, doesn't go, balls on the floor. Burnham's got it, we're tied up. We got at least 3 girls on the floor, maybe more. And it's alternating possession, going to go to the Craig Panthers with 48.3 seconds to go in the game. Wrangell and Craig boys getting ready to come out on the court here right after this game is over with. And back on the dribble. Crossover dribble, nice 3. Goes through the hands of Brooks and out of bounds. She really wasn't expecting that pass, and it went right through her hands. So Glacier Bears are still going to get a chance here. It looks like Petersburg and Craig are going to advance on into that number 2 seeding spot here in the consolation bracket. Winner keeps moving on, and the winner of that seed or that division gets that number 2 seed at the tournament. Looks like Fisher is going to have a tie-up down low with number 10. That's Johnson. So with only 24.2 seconds, well, we know the Glacier Bears are going to go down to defeat on it. All right, it's going to be Glacier Bear basketball under their hoop. Rebounding wise, well, Haddock finished the boards. She's got 10, 12 rebounds, so she did a nice job rebounding there for the Glacier Bears. Ball comes back down to Fisher. Spee spins around now. She's going to be tied up. So jump ball now. Let's see. We're going the other way now. So back down the court we go. Glacier Bears still struggling from the field in this quarter, only 2 for 16. And now we've got a foul on it. And Davis is going to foul out of the basketball game. So who's coming in for her? Jobbins will come in for her. So yeah, the Glacier Bears, the tough go. Of course, Craig Panthers only 1 for 12 in that quarter, so not a lot of scoring going on in that final quarter of play, as the Glacier Bears only picked up 5 points and the Craig Panthers only picked up 4 points. All right, at the free throw line, shots up on its way, and you got to hit something. Anyway, missing everything was Savannah Bird, so the ball goes back to the Glacier Bears. Haley Boron will bring it across, 10 seconds. Jobbins, three-pointer on the way, just a bit short. Ball bounces around, ends up in the hands of Thomas, who dribbles on out. She'll fire up a long three, in and out, no. So we're going to end this ball game with the Craig Panthers coming away with 50 points. Haines Glacier Bears 21, and the Craig Panthers advance on in the second seed position here.